our final round rules. It's just as simple as this, folks. It's win or go home. The winner gets 10,000 points. The loser comes home empty-handed, 0 points. We got some great playoff games this weekend. One of my favorites, though, is going to be the Green Bay Packers facing the Dallas Cowboys. So Green Bay was 3-6, looks dead in the water, and was able to go 6-1 in their final 7 games to get into the postseason. Jordan Love playing about as well as anybody, second in the NFL, finished second in the NFL in touchdown passes. However, the 7-seed Packers are about a touchdown plus underdogs to the Dallas Cowboys, who are able to clinch the NFC East. Dak Prescott led the NFL in touchdown passes and was able to lead the Cowboys to one of their more impressive offensive regular seasons, especially in regard to touchdown interception ratio. And Dak led the NFL in completion percentage. By the way, could have sworn Dak was this turnover machine and was nowhere near elite. That's not here nor there. I'm not even getting. We're saying about Dak. It's about the Packers. It's about the Cowboys. I'll start with you, Dylan. What is more likely, a Packers upset win or a Cowboys blowout win?
I'm on the Cowboys blowout all the way. Let's be honest here. As much as the Packers have done decent this year, I thought they did better than expected. Their offense, sure, Jordan Love has pretty stats. He likes to spread the ball around, but let's be honest, their run game is terrible. Their receivers, they're all right. You know, there's no one that really stands out on that offense that scares me. Like, you know, we're looking at a team that had 6 of their 9 games in single possession games that they've won. 6 of 9 they've won. One of them was against the Panthers in a 33-30 game. The only game the Panthers scored 30 points all season. That's the team that's going up against the Cowboys on the other half, where not only do you have an explosive offense with Dak having the best year of his career, CeeDee Lamb has 1,700 yards on the season, more than the Packers' top 2 receivers combined. 9 of their 12 wins have been 20-plus point games. Not only have they been winning their games, they're blowing everyone out. And I don't think it's going to be any different with this Packers team. I don't think they have enough gas that if the Cowboys go out ahead, they're just going to stomp on the gas pedal and just burn them. I just don't see in any world that the Packers could even make it a real competition, honestly.
Yeah, and obviously, and you got to factor in as well the fact that Green Bay is one of the youngest teams we've ever seen coming to the playoffs, and Dallas obviously has a lot of veterans and some guys like Stephon Gilmore, for example, with championship experience. Tim, finally with you, what's more likely, a Packers upset win or Cowboys blowout win?
I feel like for the way I've watched the Cowboys throughout my life, my gut wants to tell me the Packers are going to get an upset, but at the end of the day, I got to go with my head. You know, I've got to go with the Cowboys blowout. Because as Dylan, you pointed out, the CeeDee Lamb has over 1,700 yards over the last final 3 games of the season. There's been nobody hotter than CeeDee Lamb, going for 32 catches, 443 yards, and 3 touchdowns. You know, the Packers are 16th in completion percentage and 31st in total INTs as a takeaway. So I have no concern. And to the fact that Dak Prescott has only thrown 9 touchdowns. He said at the start of the season, Dak Prescott, he said he will not throw more than 10 interceptions this season, and he lived up to it through 17 games. I couldn't believe it when I saw it myself. I thought it was hilarious. But also, too, to get on the Packers side of things, you know, their 2 best receivers, Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson. Dobbs is day-to-day after getting injured against Chicago with that chest injury. And Christian Watson has missed the final 5 games due to a hamstring injury. And again, as probably a lot of us know as sports fans, when anything is soft tissue, that risk of re-injury is through the roof. And for somebody like Christian Watson, who's that deep threat type of receiver, you know, that worries me if I were a Green Bay fan, because there is a good possibility that he could re-injure his hamstring. And so
10 seconds, Tim.
I think at the end of the day, it's got to be the Cowboys blowout. Even though they had some bad losses, against Arizona and San Fran, I think it's got to be the Cowboys blowout.
Yeah, and Dallas has been, Dylan, you brought this up, and Tim, you alluded to the fact that Dallas has got a lot in blowout wins. They have 9 20-point-plus wins this season. The entire NFC field in the playoffs has a combined 7. So when Dallas beats you, they beat you up in many ways, shapes, and forms. And some of these have come against pretty solid teams this season. So neither of y'all have won the 8 o'clock spot to this point, so we're going to have a new champion. The champion and the winner this week at the 8 o'clock spot is Dylan Lima. Congratulations, Dylan. You are the winner. of the 8 o'clock spot this week on episode 21. You're a champion, Dylan. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I'm glad I finally made it to this part. I've been to the finals before. I've lost every single time. It was getting to the point that, man, am I gonna be like the Buffalo Bills and just be winless? But luckily I finally pulled one out and finally could put 10,000 plus on my my leaderboard now.
Yeah, this is why we love the final round, the 8 o'clock spot, man. It can really put you up there in the standings. There's no question about that. You put up a good performance as well, Tim. We'll put Mike back into the back of the chat. I always ask the person who gets eliminated, did I make the correct decision, Mike Guido?
Listen, I think it could have gone either way. I think both fighters brought their A game tonight. But yeah, I think you made a pretty decent call here. Listen, welcome to the 10K club there, Dylan. Again, courtesy of your points leader.
No question about it. Everybody's great today. Before we even get out of here, I do want to say, listen, the NFL playoffs start this weekend. We are all very, very excited here at the GRYD Network. I'm just going to quickly go across the board. We're not going to waste any time here about who's going to win this year's Super Bowl. Tim, in this playoff bracket, who's winning the Super Bowl?
I got to go with the Niners.
Okay. How about you, Dylan?
Give me the Ravens.
All right, Mike?
I don't know that anybody can consistently beat the Niners. I think it's them.
Okay, 2 Niners, 1 Ravens. They really went on the limb there. We went with the 1 seed. So, but listen, we got the 2 1 seeds last year in the Super Bowl, so we'll see what happens. Very exciting playoffs ahead. Very exciting episode today of the 8 o'clock spot. That is it for this week's edition of the 8 o'clock spot live here in the GRYD Network. Check us out next Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific time, right here on the GRYD Network's YouTube channel and on Twitter.